Depending upon who you are, it may sound like a contradiction. Republican lawmakers, they want their supporters, they want voters to warm up to early and mail-in voting. The Republican National Committee rolling out a new campaign aimed at getting GOP voters ready for what they're calling Bank Your Vote. But many Republicans remain skeptical of mail-in ballots, particularly because of the highly debated and contested 2020 elections. Julia Manchester, national political reporter for The Hill, right now with me. Okay, Julia, the Republican Party leaned heavily on poll watchers and poll workers. I was actually in Michigan in 2020 when there were those allegations of boxes of ballots being dropped off and ballot stuffing for the presidential election. There are some poll workers saying they weren't allowed to do their job. There were arguments outside of the polling locations. We don't need a repeat of that. It was just too wild. But will more accountability be enough to convince voters early voting is a safe bet?
Well, that's what Republicans are hoping right now, Adrienne. And the logic behind this is Republicans say that Democrats have really mastered the art of getting their voters and convincing swing voters, independent voters to vote early. And Republicans want to be able to catch up to it. And a lot of it has to do with the logistics of voting. You know, Republicans are saying, look, on election day, if you haven't voted early or you don't have an absentee ballot, and let's say you get a flat tire on your way to the polls, or there's some sort of emergency that happens and you can't make it to the polls, they want to make sure that absentee and early voting is still an option for those voters. So they are very much trying to talk their voters into at least considering this. Now, we have seen Republicans lean into this in states like Florida, for example, where there is more of an older, aging population that might rely more on early voting. And we saw that worked out very well for Republicans in 2022 in the midterm elections there. So you are seeing even former President Trump, who despite voting by mail in 2020 and in 2022, has been, touting a lot of this, these claims that early voting could lead to fraud. Well, now he's almost changing his tune, saying that Republicans need to jump on the bandwagon to catch up with Democrats.
So this really is about the RNC trying to best Democrats at their own game.
Absolutely. And I think, the RNC very much has said that. They say that, look, they want to be able to score as many touchdowns, in the words of Ronna McDaniel, the RNC chair, as Democrats are. Now, when it comes to some skepticism that exists among Republicans when it comes to mail-in or early voting, the RNC argues, look, we've hired poll watchers, we've hired poll workers and such, to mitigate these issues. And some of these, those on the right that are arguing for more mail-in voting say, look, once we win these elections, and part of that might have to do with early and mail-in voting, we can put more restrictive election laws into place.
All right, Julia Manchester, thank you so much for being with us. Obviously, time will tell if Republicans are going to jump on this mail-in bandwagon, but they may have to do something different, as Democrats overwhelmingly have them in that category right now. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.